Hello and welcome to an exclusive interaction with industry experts on the topic Enhancing the Efficiency of Salesforce in the Pharma Industry Using AI Powered Insights by Anervea and hosted by ET Health World. I'm Pratibha Raju, the Assistant Editor, ET Health World. Joining us today, we have three industry leaders who will give us deep insights on the transformative potential of artificial intelligence in the pharmaceutical industry, offering insights into real world application and future of life sciences marketing in an era shaped by rapid technological evolution. But before we go into the panel discussion and getting on to the experts and getting delving into the AI information in pharma, we have a very informative presentation of My Doc Personas platform and how it harnesses AI to deliver unique insights about doctors by Mr. Sujith E, the CEO and co-founder of Anervea. Thanks a lot, Mr. Sujith, for joining, and over to you for your presentation.
Thank you so much, Pratibha, and a very warm welcome to both Vinod and Mr. Rengarajan, as well as the other participants and viewers of this event that we are hosting. And so let me start with how, before I introduce myself. So my name is Sujith. I'm the CEO and co-founder. And Anervea is a provider for AI-driven data-driven products and services and solutions for the Indian pharmaceutical market. Prior to starting Anervea, I was the Senior VP and Global Head of Consulting at Frost & Sullivan. I was based out of London before I moved and started this venture along with my co-founder, Ayush. Now, today, I would like to introduce is some of the products that we have, and also tell you about how AI is and machine learning, etc., is impacting not just the Indian pharmaceutical market, but also the global pharmaceutical market. Now, as the post-pandemic, a lot of our engagements have been digital. It spiked up during the pandemic when the digital engagement with HCPs, with patients, with providers, etc., shifted a lot to digital. And once the pandemic shifted, things died down quite a bit. There has also been a return back into the traditional approach of more face-to-face, etc. Now, but it also has picked up momentum in where pharmaceutical companies have seen more efficiency. So they want to build a scale, they want to be more cost effective. At the same time, there is a lot of focus on adherence and creating better awareness, both about products, about solutions, etc. Now, this has created a developing and an evolving ecosystem, especially in the Indian pharmaceutical market, where digital channels of communication is dependent on multiple factors. The willingness, both from a field force to evolve into much the way traditionally where they were much more face-to-face, as well as even the willingness and attitude of HCPs. Now, almost 60 to 70% of the Indian HCPs are digital natives, right? They're quite, adept on WhatsApp and possibly on Instagram and the Facebooks. But as they come to consuming information, now, how do they consume information currently? How are they prescribing medicines? What is the approach in which they are trying to understand what is the most suitable set of medications for a certain particular type of patient, etc., is also evolving. Now, this brings, when I say this brings the customer to the center of the this transition to digital, where you have the field force, you have increasingly providing information, but now you have different channels. Now, there is key elements to this. While you have different channels, for example, there is webinars, there is virtual meetings, And of course, there is, other digital channels in which you could possibly pass on, including emails. Now, typically, email content is also, there's also a challenge where not all emails are opened. There is a dismissal rate and we have some stats and figures where it almost drops down to 4% of the emails that are sent and or opened and read. Now, one of the biggest things that here I would like to point out is that there is a need for relevant content. There is a need to drive the content and gear the content for the type of physician. So content type, how we the channel in which we approach or is funneled or provided to the physician, etc., brings important while bringing value and to patient outcomes. So this is where Anervea has identified. So Anervea being a AI driven, we have developed a platform called AlphaDev, which is where we have mapped out every single physician across 19,101 postcodes by specialty, and we have profiled these doctors at a broad level. So this gives us, and then we provide our analytical services on it. In addition, what we've done is we have developed our own platform called MyDocs, or a product called MyDocs Persona, where what MyDocs Persona does is we have created an extensive profile of the doctor. Now, sales and marketing teams have two challenges. I'll give you a famous, example from one of the consumer-driven health or pharmaceutical companies, where back in the days, where salespeople used to sit outside the doctor's office, but it was a certain doctor was it was very challenging to meet him. He will dismiss off all the salespeople. But one of the sales guys in this particular consumer company identified that he likes pawn as an example, and he kind of understood from his receptionist where does he like getting his pawn from. And then next time he went with the pawn from his favorite pawn shop, and then he became the first person to be called by the doctor on a regular basis. But this is more from an on the ground example from salespeople, and I'm sure Rengarajan and the others here on the call are familiar with having been on the sales beat. But here, what we are trying to build is a persona for the sales and marketing team beyond their understanding, where we provide a psychometric profile of the doctor, provide an in-depth understanding. So one of the biggest things that if any salesperson has a big roster of doctors in his or her bucket, of this maybe 50% are the most prolific prescribers for that particular salesperson, but there must be at least 50 or 40% which are not prescribing. So our profiling also sheds light into it could be possible, and we also provide location intelligence where the doctor is sitting. So typically, as we go beyond the tier 2, tier 3 parts of the market, a doctor's patient pool comes from the 20-kilometer radius that is there. So we identify what is the number of doctors in that location, what is the average patients per household, what is the urban population ratio, what is the literacy rate, number of healthcare institutions that are there, which is a critical factor which creates awareness. And also, in addition to that, income understanding, if depending on how on the income, you understand that why certain highly priced products cannot be prescribed by the doctors. There's no point in pitching it. So we not only, and then we also layer it with the doctors. We have a scoring for the doctor, because one is based on clinical experience, second is based on aspects such as what is the reviews and the ratings of the doctor. Why is this doctor not prescribing enough? Because it could be possible that the doctor's reviews and ratings are not that great, or it is just average, and hence this reviews and ratings also create a patient loyalty, and there is a steady patient base. So these are factors that we capture from social listening, etc. And this also, we create extremely important element of this is a digital profile. Now, what is going back to the point that I was mentioning earlier, what is the most relevant content for the doctor? Is the doctor savvy? Is the doctor need more detailed content? So we create a digital profile that will then enable a much more targeted sales and marketing efforts as such. Now, this is a tool which is both available on a web-based app as well as an app-based tool for the sales and marketing, while it also links to your CRM, or this tool can also become a point where it can the salesperson can update the tool about the, if say for example in the last visit the doctor had wanted samples or a pamphlet, the tool will enable and provide notifications alerts to the salesperson on the ground saying today you're going to meet Dr. So and so, he wanted samples from during based on the last discussion. It also maps out every single pharmacy in the 20-kilometer radius where so that a salesperson can ensure work with the stockist and ensure that the brand he's asking the doctor to prescribe is available in the pharmacies in the nearby region. It also maps if a salesperson is meeting a pediatrician or a ophthalmologist or a cardiologist. It also maps in the 10-20-kilometer radius the other doctors in the similar specialties to understand the competition as well as to create new targets for the salesperson. So this is one of the most AI, and what it also does is it's very AI based. So it will provide, the AI captures the profile of the doctor and provides recommendation on how to target, what is the type of content this will be relevant for the SCP, and how should you even do a proper customer segmentation. So this is one of the examples of or one of the products that we have on the market. I would like to conclude this and I'll stop sharing now and pass this back to Pratibha to now start the second part of our discussion today.
Thanks, Mr. Sujith. As we have seen AI-driven software platform in reality, how it can revolutionize pharmaceutical sales in India. We had an example. So let's learn more on enhancing the efficiency of Salesforce in the pharma industry using AI-powered insights. So that is a point of discussion today. And without further ado, I would like to introduce the elite panel of pharma leaders who have joined us today to talk about this transformation journey with us. We have amongst us Mr. Vinod Jain, Business Excellence, Jubliant Pharma. Thanks a lot, Mr. Jain, for taking out your time and coming here for sharing the insights in a very pertinent topic as AI in pharmaceutical sales. And the next elite panel expert for the day is Mr. Rengarajan Pandurengan, General Manager, Salesforce Effectiveness and Business Analytics, Gufic Biosciences. Thanks a lot, Mr. Rengarajan, for joining in. And we have Mr. Sujith here, who is the CEO and co-founder of Anervea. And to begin with, let me start asking the panel. The acceleration of AI revolution in the pharma industry, the convergence of AI and the practical real-world application has taken center stage. AI is there everywhere right now, like healthcare, life science, pharma. So when we are talking about pharma, can the experts tell us about how AI and its applications are seen in the pharma industry, particularly in Salesforce operations and marketing strategies? What are the practices that are being implemented? So I would like to go on with Mr. Vinod. To you, sir, I would like to ask your comments as an opening comment for this question. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Pratibha. So I would like to say that for any business, strategy is very important. And when it comes to strategy, to make a robust strategy, I think a robust data is very important. And when it comes to AI, the first thing which come in our mind is something data. So I think a robust data is very important. So AI is a something I think it have supported pharmaceutical industry in providing the robust data. So with that, like we have large pharma group, we have middle pharma group from economy point of view, then we have a small scale. So every pharma industry have their own expertise. Based on their expertise, they can able to make their strategy where they should focus, how they can generate the more revenue. And more important, over and above the cost part, revenue, I think the pharma, when it comes to pharma, I think the real importance of pharma understood by the people during pandemic, when the requirement of vaccine was there. So I think it's like we are working on the life-saving product, where the patient is the need of medicines. So if we will deliver right medicine on right time with low cost, I think that will help across the geography. So I think AI helped by providing lots of tools when it comes to maybe marketing or maybe like manufacturing industry. Lots of tools available in the market. And in one line, if I can define, I think earlier the decision were taken based on the perception and the expertise base, or maybe the whatever the experience people have. But now with the data, the decision making within a short time enables a team to take decision in a short time. So that is one very big change came in a very little time. We can make our strategy and we can focus immediately. And more important, immediately we can act upon how our business can generate more revenue. So I think this is the bigger part, I can say. AI helped a lot from to the pharmaceutical industry.
Okay. So, yeah, faster implementation was really needed during COVID times, and we have learned it well. So, over to Mr. Rengarajan. Sir, your thoughts how AI has revolutionized the pharma industry, the convergence of AI and practicality in the real world applications. Over to you, sir.
Here I come here to speak on behalf of Salesforce because since I am coming from the background, the Salesforce effectiveness, I'm heading the Salesforce effectiveness department. I am actually going to talk about how the AI can actually add value in the Salesforce effectiveness and the marketing strategy. So before we talk about this AI in pharma industry, let me actually talk about how the pharma industry adopted the digital transformation. If we talk about the pharma industry and digital transformation, it's very slow compared to other industry. We are the last people to adopt the digital transformation, and COVID has helped us. If COVID has not come, still the people still think that only medical reps to go and meet the doctor personally. That's the only way available to communicate our product. It's actually, I can say, the COVID is a advantage as well as a disadvantage, if we can able to see. It has actually brought so many things to our life, right? What should we do, what should not we do? Same way the pharma industry also learns few lesson. Okay, it is not that is only the physical is availability of people can meeting the customer and promoting the product. Even digital also very important, right? So in the COVID time, at one go, we could able to communicate 1,000 people, 100 people. That we are thought actually we have to call all the customer to one place where to communicate. Now at sitting at one place, like what we are actually connecting, not coming to the one place, but we are sitting at different places of the city of India. That still we are able to communicate. Same way we could able to communicate. So the COVID has brought the change, right? Otherwise, the AI in pharma, nobody might have touched. Now, COVID has actually helped us to touch. It is very important, especially the without the medical, no person can, as a human life, the medicine is very important, right? It's the most important aspect of human life is medicine. Without that, we cannot survive. So AI quickly has been adopted by the pharma. Now, last 2 years or 3 years, the pharma industry has adopted AI very quickly. The how, maybe actually Vinod and Sujith actually discussed, then I can explain you how it has been adapted, where marketing strategy actually really helped us to reach the customer through the AI, which like Vinod was talking about. It's all depends on the sector, what the top 10 companies doing, what is the top 25 companies doing, what the top 100 companies are doing, right? This become actually trend in everywhere. Now, I'll before I actually move into the next question, I'll tell you the pharma industry started with actually the manual documentation. Like today, I have to meet 5 doctor. I'll document today. I have met 5 doctors. Then I had to go and courier it. Courier also came later. I need to run to the post office. I need to put. Then after 1 week, my manager come to know which doctor I met, right? So this from there we moved from the digital. People are actually reporting through this app and then web. This is actually there. Now I can able to understand. From there, now I moved into now the artificial intelligence. Now from manual entry to now moved from the artificial intelligence, which has taken more than actually I can say 10 decades in the pharma industry. But the changes which has happened, adaptation happened within 3 years. It's very fast. We have taken a lot of time, 10 decades to change, but the quicker changes happen within 3 years, right? Yeah, this is what I want to change. I say to you. Yeah.
Nathan has my number.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Rengarajan, for your thoughts. And both Mr. Vinod and Mr. Rengarajan has said that during COVID, it has AI tools has helped a lot, and they have seen a lot of changes, tremendous changes happening. Now, I want to hear from Mr. Sujith. You are a solution provider. What are the practices that are being implemented? And further, COVID is it was there and it was very chronic. Now we have moved on from that phase. So from here, how do we proceed? Mr. Sujith, over to you.
Thank you, Pratibha, and totally resonate with some of the points both Rengarajan and Vinod had highlighted. So let me put this across, and this again, since Rengarajan mentioned that he comes from his heart came from the sales side. I do want to highlight a few things which, how AI and how companies like ourselves, like Anervea, is highlighting this thing. And yes, COVID has created a big impact. Pharma industry was one of the laggards in uptaking, going through digital transformation. But what I see is that it has picked up pace. And I'm not just talking about, of course, the big guns, multinationals, the tier one players, but also the tier two, tier three players are increasingly open and adopting, AI-based digital solutions. And this has also shifted in both. So if I look at it from a sales part of the point, right? Now, increasingly, I was talking about how AI can analyze and understand, profile the doctors, like the my personal docs example that to customize presentations, where it has become, as I was saying, what is that relevant content, and increasingly that will resonate with the doctor, right, or the HCP, or the health, or even the hospital groups, etc. And how does it bring value? So it is all about creating a better storytelling mechanism. So here, AI can customize your sales pitch and increasingly, provide a much more, it can analyze the past data, analyze the profile of the doctor, and provide a much more personalized pitch for individual physicians. That's one. Now, to also, address, one of the other things is, typically now the pharma companies are increasingly broadening their horizon with the new policies set by the government of India, etc. Access is the biggest thing that has become important, where you are pharma companies are increasingly trying to get their brands, their products to even rural and beyond the tier 2, tier 3 parts of the market. Now, AI and Anervea has a product called Alpha Dev, which is our analytical platform, where we've mapped, as I was mentioning before, we have mapped out 8 lakh plus doctors beyond the tier 2 down to the rural level by therapy, by specialty areas. And our algorithms, and this is an example of one of the AI algorithms, can segment territories beyond the current segments, where potential sales, because we understand the customer preferences, we understand the potential for the sales, our algorithms, AI-driven algorithms, are used as a much more efficient method and mode for resource allocation and territory management. It also, one of the other applications that we also have in Anervea provides is AI tools can analyze past data, provide more accurate forecast. So one for both distribution and manufacturing. So one of the examples that Anervea has is we have a stockist intelligence platform, which is again an AI-driven platform, which actually takes into account both primary and secondary sales part, looks into the key trends based on historic data, and provides forecast for better planning, better and for both for distributors and for manufacturing. One of the examples where a dermatology division actually effectively uses that is to channelize, because some of the products come from the European markets and Europe shuts down in August. They use a tool to then effectively manage the supply chain as well. So again, it's a very AI driven. Now, another example where we increasingly see is the use of NLP and machine learning now can help update CRMs. Now, one of the biggest challenges is that salespeople typically don't want to put that additional job of doing manual data entry. A lot of our NLP-based machine learning algorithms can automatically update the CRM. And I've also gave the example of how MyDocs Person, our product, can help in providing notifications and alerts without doing any manual effort. Increasingly, AI is also being used for both acting as virtual sales assistants as well as for learning and development. Right now, we have developed a platform for Indian pharmaceutical market where for learning and development, where they run their marketing pitches, so based on their tone, their intonation, what are they pitching, etc. It helps us refine their sales pitches and also create a learning and development environment. Now, coming to the marketing part, where I was talking about content being the king, and content is also, there's a rapid need for providing rapid content, not overdoing on the content as well, because now in the Instagram generation, you have 20 seconds, 30 seconds worth of content. So that has changed. So we are helping AI, and companies like ourselves are personalizing the marketing material based on the HCP's behavior and preferences. AI can help in customizing a lot of the customer segmentation based on preferences, social media listening, past interaction. So it creates a much more targeted marketing, this thing, and helps you get better ROI out of the marketing campaign. I was talking about social media listening, where it can create algorithms, scan and understand what is not just about the brand perception, but also real time. You can make real time marketing adjustments. AI-powered chatbots are the other example in marketing, where consumers' queries, be it patient or HCPs, can be developed. And we have developed a chatbot called Meena, where it is an AI-powered chatbot which Anervea offers for providing consumer-based queries or patient-based queries as well. So these are some of the examples, both from a sales and marketing point, that I wanted to put it across. And over to you, Pratibha, to take this discussion forward.
So we have a question coming up on the personalized marketing, and we would like maybe discuss it further. But my next question would be like, how are you harnessing AI's power to bolster marketing technology strategies? We are like delving into the marketing technologies here, so I would like to listen from the experts. Like, how does AI help the sales force to augment or to move more quickly? Because we have already listened, you people were saying it was like fast tracking in an agile way. So like how does it adjust to the market conditions? How is it helping you to move more quickly? And I would like to go on to Mr. Rengarajan to get his thoughts on this. Over to you.
Yeah, I was hearing Mr. Sujith talking about how the content is very important. It's actually the very important point here. Now everybody is claiming themselves is actually the marketing people, right? So you can claim, I can claim. What the content is very important, right? Now earlier days when I can say during my days when I want to arrange a meeting or a marriage, right? I need to go and decide what my invitation card, whom to invite, right? Whether I need to travel, or suppose I want to invite Pratibha. Pratibha will not always expect that I need to come personally, come and invite, right? So now those are the days gone. Now I can make n number of design, if at all I want to print my marriage invitation, only one. But now the content or the digital media or AI is actually there to help me. For Pratibha, I can create one content, or I can create for my friend Rajkumar one invitation. So it is not a blanket approach. I can create a specific content for every other customer, right? So we have actually moved. Now earlier this was not available for us. One visual aid in my hand, whether is actually a big doctor, small doctor, is a big HP, whatever it is there, I need to have one visual aid in my hand. I need to promote, whether you listen or not, I need to promote. Like, I don't know whether his birthday is today or tomorrow is his wedding day. I don't have any idea. Now the AI actually helping me to document, like Sujith was talking about Dr. Prashna. I can put every information in there and it will pop up today. Ranga, this is what today is your birthday. Now Facebook has been to help me to contact my people, right? So how they will be quickly surprised. How you know my birthday? So my Facebook is actually helping me to remind today his birthday, her birthday. So the same way, my the AI going to help. The whenever I'm going to have, suppose for example, even 20-second communication, the content is very important. Now you may like actually video, I don't like video. You may like some academic thing, I may not like. So everything can be possible through this the AI, and especially for the marketing strategy, the AI going to actually play a very big role. We need to actually move from whatever the paper communication to the digital communication, and the digital communication should not be the WhatsApp vomiting. It should like what I like, what you don't like, I should understand. That's where actually Sujit was talking about understanding the personality of the doctor is important. I cannot go and talk to the gynecologist dental product. For the dentist, I should not talk about the pediatric product. For the pediatrician, I should not talk about the gynecology product. So all this will help for the doctor persona. That's what the Sujit is trying to say, and we are actually trying to actually follow. The collecting the information is very, very, very difficult. If the information is available at very easily, now I don't want to spend more time on understanding the customer. The profile is already available for me. I need to go, right? Dr. Ranga, he likes only vegetarian food, and he like to travel only the Indian cities and not abroad. I know to talk about doctor. We are going to have a CME meeting at US. Are you interested? You'll say no. I am not interested in any that having a meeting in abroad. I love to travel only in India, right? So this information may help in artificial intelligence tool, which is the need of the hour, right? This is what from my side.
I thought of going to Mr. Sujit and then coming to Mr. Vinod, but now I would like to, switch. I want to hear from Mr. Vinod. How do you see, sir, that AI is bolstering the marketing technology strategies and how it's helping the Salesforce to augment? If you can give your thoughts, and then maybe I'll go to Mr. Sujit.
So I think Sujit and Rengarajan, they have already covered lots of things, but yes, a few things if I can summarize. I think the attitude is very important in today's world. The need of because customer is a like a main key person. So voice of customer understanding is very important, and with a robust database, if we can able to quickly take the decision and accordingly we can act. So like Rengarajan was telling about the doctor, then Sujit have given the example of pan. So likewise, ultimately, when it comes to marketing, doctor is very important. Patient understanding is also very important. So if we have data for about the doctor, maybe we can update to doctor also. Sorry, about the patient, we can update to doctor that this is the train going on. He will be happy sometimes. So that I think that that way we can make our strategy, our like act upon the interest of the doctor and act according to the patient requirement. And I think that those two are the keys to capture the pharmaceutical market, I think. So we want to sell our medicines, and if we understand our patient and our doctor, I think we can get a good market share we can capture. So when it comes to like how we can increase our sales, I think it depends upon our product, if we in which kind of product we are dealing. So like for example, cardiovascular product if we are selling, so we can only concentrate on those kind of doctor. The data will help us to tell us easily that whether which area, which region we should concentrate. So I think this is my few points I want to add on that.
Just like to add one point
Yeah,
here,
please.
what actually Vinod is saying, that I'll just bring my one real example. We have actually launched when we actually I was working in Abot. So that particular time when we are launching this is a new product, and we have told to select actually the 10 doctors of that particular product, and we have made high investment activities for the doctor. The medical rep is actually started selected the doctor, and promoting the product. After 10 months also, the no result has come, not even single prescription. Then when I was actually working with him, okay, let me also see why he's not writing. Then the doctor was saying, for information, I never write this combination. So the first information which is not available for me, whether doctor is actually the willing to write this molecule or not. Then that second step to whether I need to invest money or not. The first of all, you need to understand the interest. I have already lost 10 months. My money has gone, my energy has gone. Now this information is available to me. This actually Dr. Rengarajan is like only this molecule. He is actually has this set of patients, whether the set of patient is rich or poor, whether I can promote my high raise price product or low price product. If every information is available, I don't need to spend the more energy and money. I simply can actually take one more example, like Vinod like blue shirt. So, but he don't like actually any other check shirt which I am wearing. So I am just going to present only check shirt, and he may actually like Ranga, but he may not be liking the Ranga gift, right? So if it was blue, I might have connected very well. That your happiness might have doubled up. That's where the AI comes in. I don't want to spend money. I don't want to spend time, but the ready-made information is available. I can connect and establish the rapport quickly. That's where the AI comes a very, very important role. And thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of information coming in, and a lot of nice examples also coming in from Mr. Rengarajan. Mr. Sujith, your thoughts on how to augment or move more quickly in the Salesforce using AI tools? Any thoughts on that? Yeah.
Sure, sure. So just first of all, I thanks both Rangarajan and Vinod. You both of you brought in very pertinent points, being agile, being customized. And I want to highlight quickly, in terms of where AI, both in the sales and marketing side, right? The customization, being agile and understanding the person at the other end, that is critical. And here, AI can help in right from providing predictive analytics, trying to understand what are the trends, what's happening in the market, what is the combination, as Rangarajan pointed out, in terms of being at the same time helping in dynamic scripting, where a sales person can quickly adapt to the changing behavior and the needs, both from a behavioral standpoint, both from and from a market trend standpoint. Now, the other, element is also AI will one of the biggest things that AI helps is enhancing and making engagements, especially with the doctors, much more efficient, as well as even if required with patients. These platforms will provide like real-time data to for tailoring your marketing campaigns, like Anervea's products, like My Doc Persona. What it also does is it also helps in some of the AI tools that, including what we provide, it optimizes the sales travel of the salesperson, better scheduling, making the meetings more efficient, and enabling the salesperson. So if there is more shift towards digital, then it is fewer face-to-face meetings, but then the reach and the cover that a salesperson might be reaching out to more doctors than they normally do if they reduce and effectively manage their number of face-to-face interactions. Now, the other tool is where other application where AI comes into place is especially in faster decision making with regards to what is the how is the product performing in the market. Stock based decisioning, like our stockist intelligence platform that Anervea provides, is enables both sales and sales operations team for better administration. And also from a real world evidence standpoint, right? You can provide a lot more effective real world evidence information once, even from a marketing standpoint. And of course, I think previously, I think Vinod was mentioning about social media and Facebook, how AI tools are, and this is something which Anervea's platform also does, is tracking the social media and engaging what sentiment about a product or about even company, and defining marketing strategies around it. Now, one of the biggest channels, and I'll come to one of the most pertinent where it enables the efficiency, is what we call the omni-channel marketing. Now, typically in India, you have face-to-face, but you have your emails, webinars, and virtual meetings, right? Now, where companies like Anervea play in the space is, how do you make your integrated marketing channels more efficient? Where are the channels where you're getting the most amount of traction, and providing a wholesome marketing strategy? And our AI analytics tools, like that Anervea provides, also enables that. So I will conclude here and pass this on to Pratibha for the next discussion point as well.
Yeah, many informative pointers coming in there, but I would like to go on further to ask about to the panelists. Can you tell us about the current tools used by pharma marketers right now, which has been used? We are like talking that AI is picked up slowly in the pharma thanks to COVID, which has helped it to fast track a bit. But right now, what are the current tools which are used by the pharma marketers, and what do you think needs to be changed, and how Salesforce inefficiency can be enhanced, how AI can support them and help in better doctor engagement? You're giving me a lot of good examples. If you can tell me what more can be done, and where we can fill in the gaps with the new tool which we can access, and what are the opportunities, mostly what are the challenges you see in this transition, because we are in a transition phase. So we would like to know more about that, and I would like to go first with Mr. Vinod. Your thoughts are the same.
So I think a very good question, middle of our discussion. So I think I was in Sun Pharma in 2016. So that time, I think first I heard about more about AI. So I was heading business excellence for quality department, very closely working with marketing. So that time I came to know, I think one of the tool SaaS, SaaS, that is software as a service. So I think that is one tool which it help to understand the trend of our patients, then trend of our medicines. So other than that, I heard few about Sujith have already told, chat GPT, and then GPT-3, GPT-4, like that. Some of the tools are there. So maybe Sujith or maybe Rengarajan, they will add more about that. But these are the some of the tools they help. More important, I can say the biggest benefit is that earlier 80% of energy goes in decision making based on the permutation and combination, looking on different data. But with the AI, now I think that strategic part, only 20% of energy our team is spending, 80% on execution, like act in the market, dealing with doctors, understanding the patients. So I think these are the some of the, I can say, tools we are using, and the benefit which I can say which companies are getting earlier. I think everyone wants to increase their portfolio. They are dealing in all kind of product, but with AI, I think they come across that what best means where they should give more than 70-80% of their energy, like in any game. whatever, like a big good bowler, the main focus will be given on is bowling, and the batsman, the better focus given on is batting, and like that strategy used to make. So similar way, the product when it comes to business, I think that is very important. Gradually, if you want to increase into the market, and the some of the benefit and challenges by introducing this is that we need an expert. Actually, AI is totally different. Like if I can say, if whatever the skill set we have currently in pharmaceuticals, if we will continue with that skill set, more than 50-60% of our manpower we need to take out from the system, and we need an expert. So I think it is very important to understand for the industry that it is a need of time. They should, it is a, like it's a beginning, as already Rengarajan told that all other industries, they are very gone very far, but it's a beginning in the pharma. But it's, I think, right time, and COVID have given opportunity to look beyond one limit to all the pharmaceutical industry. So we should quickly act on AI. We should increase our year on year, our, I think, AI competency, like 10%, 20%, 25, 30%, 55, at least 50% of our manpower, I can see by the 2030. I think it should be more than 50% of its manpower should be skilled in AI. And I think 5 billion was the something market share of AI before five years. But in last 5 years, it increased up to 25 billion or something like that. And it can more than 10 times, it can increase up to 2030, something which I was looking on Google and all, where I got data, maybe more precise data, Sujith or may can give on that part. So this is about from my side.
Thank you so much. Relevant information coming in, and the data which has been given is mind blowing. I know if we are not equipped well with the latest tech, we are outdated. That's sure. Over to Mr. Rengarajan, and before I would give it to Mr. Rengarajan, I would request all the panelists to keep the answers short, because we have more questions and I don't want to leave the panel without asking any one of them. I would want to have everything answered. So keep your answers little crisp so that we could, get responses for everything we have. And Mr. Rengarajan, what about the current tools used by pharma marketers, and what do you think needs to be changed, and how Salesforce inefficiency can be enhanced by AI tools? Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Diva. So we need to divide the pharma industry customer into two parts. If it is come into exactly the operational front, for example, selling the medicine, internal customer and external customer. Internal customer is actually our field force. External customer is like doctor, chemist, stockist, and patient. What is tool is available for the internal customer? The internal customer is medical rep. What weapon is available or tool is available for him? He goes and meet the doctor and document what actually he has promoted, or what is the message he received from the doctor. That's where the CLM and CRM tool is available, like the Salesforce automation tool, which is it has been started last 10-15 years. The CRM CLM tool has come, where I can promote my product, and then what sample I given, what gift I given, which time I have met. All this thing has been documented. If we come to the marketing front earlier, which I was talking about some time back, the few questions, the visual aid communication, we moved from the digital communication. We have started promoting our products through the iPad or tab or something. Earlier, I was talking about only one reference at a time. I need to wait to update my other reference. I need to wait for 3-4 months, because I'm carrying my visual aid, which is a paper communication. And now, after this, all the digital transformation happened, I can show the newer information to the doctor. That tool is available for the doctors per se. Either earlier the doctor not able to connect with each other. Now the pharma company is actually helping. There is a club that's been created through the app or tool, whatever you call it as, or web. where all the doctor can come in one platform, can discuss about their whatever the current problems and issues, or the new medicine is coming where they can discuss about. That is available for the doctor front, right? For the stockist front, what actually Mr. Sujith was talking about. Earlier, nobody knows what is the primary sales, what is the secondary sales. And now the information is fingertip, it is available, what is the sales is available. But still, it's a worry part here. I need to wait till the 30th, what the sales has happened. Now I'm not able to get the live data. Even if I'm getting the data, whether the order placed by the stockist is right or wrong. There is no link between the primary and secondary and closing. So that actually, though the tool is available, it is not actually advanced tool is available. And this is what, and overall, the tool is available. But when Sujit was talking about the predictive, my only concern here, people are master in actually giving the problem statement, but nobody is actually the. I can say very less number of people come and give you the solution. I can always talk about your problem. You are not good, all these things. But who can come and give me the solution to that to make you correct? Right? This is the area of information, and this is the action plan. That is lacking. My only concern here, in the name of AI, in the name of digital, we should not bombard my customer unwanted things. So I need to have a more rather than the descriptive or predictive. I want actually diagnosis should be available. The prescriptive analytics should be available. So that's the tool which is available. I was talking about what I need of the hour is actually the prescriptive analysis is available. So that is what from my side.
Yeah, good point there. Prescriptive analysis is needed. So I think the pharma people are clear about what they want and what they don't want. Sujit, if you can, Mr. Sujit, answer this, how we can tackle the opportunities and challenges in AI talent. You're being a provider. How do you want to answer this questions?
Sure. So let me try to be as crisp as possible, and it's a long this thing. See, and also address what Rengarajan mentioned, right? So, and so as being predictive and prescriptive is one of the things, is where the biggest opportunity is, and that's what. So, and there are, and I think some of the points we're going to discuss later in the discussion today is also around that, right? AI is about providing data-driven decisions, right? It's based on historical data. It's based on real-time data. So it kind of, and our products, what we provide, both for Stockist Intelligence, MyDocs Persona, and our other analytical platforms, are very driven by the historical data and real time. So it's not based on, and there is where the prescriptive becomes. And at the same time, to identify, there is a lot of time being saved, especially for not just sales, but also in marketing, where you are identifying what is the right campaign, what's working, what the KPIs. One of the biggest things that I would say need to be defined is you can run 5 channels, 6 channels of marketing communication, but if those KPIs, one of the most important things is measuring those effectiveness and impact of those campaigns. And AI and some of the products that Anervea, etc., produce or provide to the market helps in not just saving time for the sales force, but also making the marketing campaigns very measure driven, KPI driven, right? And enhancing. Now, where, typically, in order to make a sales and marketing channel and sales channel operations more effective, you need you need a content strategist, you need a digital strategist, etc. AI can effectively replace a lot of that and increase. It's not just about that, it increases the personalization. Now, yes, there will be challenges, both. I think Rengarajan also pointed out, and Vinod also briefly mentioned, there's a need for enhancing the skills gap. There is, these are some of the challenges where there requires higher level of training. There is cost associated with it, where Indian pharma is still not familiar with it. For decades, a lot of the focus has been on spending on sales and typically the traditional marketing channels. Now, AI tools will help you increase the efficiency, but there is quite a bit of spending. Of course, there are concerns on data privacy. now, but the Indian government has now implemented the data protection laws, which will be more effective. And of course, integration with the existing, a lot of the Indian pharma companies typically are using either homegrown or in-house built CRM tools. Now those have to evolve and get integrated to the current newer tools. So these are some of the challenges that but companies like Anervea are there to support the Indian pharmaceutical industry in overcoming these challenges as well. Over to you, Pratibha.
Yeah, so there are a lot of challenges because we are just evolving, and I think we'll get sorted as it goes by. So, but still, I have another question again on challenges, insisting on the challenges side because we need to address it. What are the other biggest challenges one should be aware of, and how effective digital marketing strategies can help in tackling these challenges? You can have a quick response because we have already dealt with challenges. Mr. Rengarajan, over to you.
So I was actually earlier also talking about the challenges, which is that you can't actually take your own time to adopt the new technology. You being a noble profession, you being a very important industry in the India, you being a very important role in serving people by treating the disease and communicating with each other. You can't take more time to adopt the new technology, right? Maybe AI or in future any other thing. You should be the first adapter for the any new technology and show the world, right. This, right. People are struggling to get the medicine earlier. People are struggling to get the blood earlier. Now by click of button, by WhatsApp or any other communication, the next 30 seconds the blood is available. The next 40 seconds the life saving medicine is available. So that should be there. The challenges which is that I can't wait. That's what I'm just saying. Even for that matter, even if it is coming, if you are adopt, you have to be very careful whom to choose, right? Currently now more than actually the marriage, the divorce is actually the happening, that because the selection goes wrong and then life will actually goes wrong. You should not be an early adopter on any new technology. You should be very careful whom to select, right? Otherwise you will be actually after selecting it, should not worry about, oh, I have ended up in spending money, and after doing everything, the result which is expected is not happening. You got to be very careful and choosing the partner also. The partner may be your life partner or actually the communication partner or AA partner, whosoever the partner. This is the challenge which I am looking for. Yeah.
Mr. Rangarajan, I'm really attracted to the examples you give, especially the last one you had given. It was really nice. So over to Mr. Vinod, like what are the other biggest challenges one should be aware of, and how effective digital marketing strategies can help in tackling these challenges? So if you have 2, 3 quick pointers on that.
Yeah, so I think all the points already covered by my partner's cost part, skill set. The one thing which is I want to add, which till now we have not discussed in a length, that is something like decision making. So, for example, when back COVID came, so the market for vaccines, it looks that it will increase like anything. But same time, see, AI, it give decision based on the data, but there are some of the decision which we need to take based on the field base. So like for example, after COVID, it was seen that most of the few like antibiotics kind of drugs, their market have reduced. So that is something I think when taking the decision. So I have seen based on the data, based on the whatever data analytics, some of the industry they have invested very high in the industry, and later they have not got that kind of business. So if they are a big pharma, maybe they can bear with that loss. But for a small industry, middle class, it is not possible. So that is something I think we should take care while looking on data.
Mr. Sujith, your quick comments on the challenges again.
Sure. So I think one of the biggest things that I think Rengarajan also mentioned, right? I agree with some of them. There are other challenges like regulatory compliance, which especially in the pharma is the most regulated market in the world or industry in the world. right? And there is also a lot of information overload, and this is to point that Vinod is making, right, in terms of decision making. So where I see importance, where companies like ourselves can provide, is one, we can support in and using data to enhance the decision making. To Mr. Rengarajan's point, right, we as an organization, what our analytics provides is we are able to segment the your customers in saying these are the priority buckets of tiers of customers that you can target, enable to linking back to what Vinod was saying, enable better decision making, provide real-time analytics and feedback loops where we can create, both across, your integrated channel marketing with compliance as at the forefront. So I'm keeping it very short, um, so that, going forward, there is much more predictive based approach to sales and marketing operations, where focus is content, focuses on compliance, focuses on supporting better decision making, and creating better targeted customer segmentation. I would summarize here, and pass this back to Pratibha.
Yeah, so predictive approach is what is being insisted. We had also, when we were conversation was going on, we were speaking about the tailor-made marketing and how important it is. So the question now here is, do you think targeted or tailor-made marketing is helpful in the pharma industry, which you all said is needed? So how a lack of personalized marketing can lead to lost opportunities? I think that part we have missed. So we are missing it out right now. How do we fill the gaps, and how do we have the tailor-made marketing? Mr. Vinod, if you can go first on this, please.
I think it's a good question. So definitely, tailored make marketing will help us. So it will it is majorly to understand the market requirement, the patient requirement, how the market is moving. So like for example, after COVID, uh, COVID is the best example of that. Which the companies which have agile attitude, they have quickly turned around and they have captured the market. Like I think India is the best example of that. We are expecting US or maybe some of the European company they will come out, but see the India have given a good example of that. So I think COVID is a best example what India have demonstrated. Same way, if pharma industry will also work upon, that will benefit.
Okay, Mr. Rengarajan, what do you think about the lack of personalized marketing right now? What are the lost opportunities, and how could we fill in the gap?
So tailor-made start from our home, madam. I have a two son. Okay, one son like idli and another son like chapati. So my wife cannot say today only you like idli and have it both of you idli. I need to take care of the tailor-made start from the home, and I'm dealing with a very premium customer, right? And if you go to any shopping mall, only double XL is available. Everybody has to wear double XL. How joker we look like, right? The tailor made is again, it is very important. If I want to go to car, I can choose my color, my whatever the way I can actually choose. That sort of the car has come, right? You can't actually make me saying that say this is the only food. Again, I'm a vegetarian. You invite to your home and saying that we are good in actually non-vegetarian eat. It's gone, right? The tailor made is very very important now. Maybe it may be a content or maybe a communication or what you actually talk to me or how will I approach you. Everything is a tailor made is very very important. It starts from your inborn, what I can your infant to your elderly person. It's applicable. Definitely, it's my customer. It may be my internal customer. It may be a external customer. That's where our elderly also says all were those who are actually the hand contains five fingers. All fingers are not same, right? We need to always consider this not only in pharma industry or in our technology. In everywhere, if you adopt, everybody has individuality, then nothing will affect us, right? Then we start respecting each other. Right. That's the point I'm just saying.
So, Mr. Sujith, as a solution provider here, how do you see how you can fill in the gaps of personalized marketing because you come with an exclusive tool? So, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so just to address and keeping it very brief here in the last 5-10 minutes, right? There is first of all, generic marketing messages get lost in the noise, and I think Vinod and Rengarajan resonated with what I was saying, right? Content is the king, and what will happen is you can increase engagement by personalized marketing. Campaigns, there are multiple campaigns being run without KPIs being measured, and extensive financial resources being deployed, where companies like Anervea with our My Docs persona, with our Alpha Dev tool, can do help in supporting targeted marketing, better return on investment, and there is much more strategized approach to the market based on needs of the customer or HCP and the behavior of the audience, right? Where there is one of the lost opportunities that to also address is the lack of personalization, low conversion rate, fewer conversions, but be it prescriptions. That's where our location intelligence based approach, we're understanding why is the doctor not prescribing sufficiently. It could be that the doctor's reviews and ratings are not great, or it could be that the location where there is not enough sufficient patient bandwidth, hence the prescription volumes are low. And hence, to earlier Rengarajan mentioned, right, how do we create the most relevant set of doctors that where the most amount of value comes from. So our tools like AlphaDev, etc., help in creating that. It creates better trust mechanism, and brand trust is one of the most important things, where by targeting the right messaging, providing the right relevant content, it creates relatability and improves trust and stronger relationship, and at the same time improving compliance. This is what I would like to add here. Back to you, Pratibha.
Okay. So when we are talking about how we can analyze AI tools and what are its, pros, now I would like to ask about when we talk about the implementation of AI in pharmaceutical marketing presents many opportunities. Yes, good. What are the risks one should be aware of? Because namely the dissemination of false information or the data security risk, and pharma is one thing which has a lot of cyber attacks as well. So that there is a lot of risks associated with it. So I would like to ask about the risks in when you're going for an AI tool and how you like enable that. Mr. Vinod, over to you for this first, please.
I think this is also most of the things we have covered. Wrong data, yeah, insufficient data, partial data. These are the some of the risk. Cost, I think that is one of the risk. Maybe with AI we can see the manpower optimization. Maybe that lack of post means force can reduce the so like. And one more is data integrity and data safety. So that is the biggest challenge, because I have recently seen some of the companies where the data was fetched by some of the whatever these criminals. So that is one thing I think industry need to parallelly go with data security, so that data will be not, because now totally it is depend upon the data. Earlier, if data is there in our mind or papers, it is not that easy to take out. But on soft part, people can fetch data very easily. Not easily, but if we don't have a safety system, then it's one of the challenge I can say.
What about this issue, Rengarajan? How do we address this? Like talking about the implementation of AI, many opportunities are there, but the risks one should be aware of, especially data security risk and dissemination of false information, many lacks like that.
So any technology front, how it has been good, the same way it has been danger also. It's like a knife. You can cut the apple also, you can cut anybody's head also. Like how we actually initially welcomed our TV, the same TV is actually made us addict. How we actually liked Facebook, how it has been made addiction to the Facebook and WhatsApp. So you have to be very careful about this technology, new technology. That's the first thing. And through the technology you use, you have to protect your identity. I'm talking about the data security. Right now, after the Facebook or WhatsApp, my entire world comes to know what I'm actually doing. That should not be. From there, a lot of the negative things, unwanted things are happening. That should not happen through this AI also. Vinod was mentioning, the data security is the first one. And second thing is that uh, it's not about actually having a data. Now, how to use the data is very important. In the now India, it's not about lack of data. It is about how to utilize the data is very. People always say 1947. Before 1947, we are talking about the freedom. After 1947, we don't know how to utilize the freedom, right? So the same thing should not happen for the any technology for that matter. That's the risk is involved, which I foresee, right? Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Sujith, your comments on this, like implementation of AI in pharmaceutical marketing is presenting opportunities, but the risks, I think you can address it. You should address this question. It's very important. Yeah.
Sure, sure. Now, I think as an organization, right, we are very aware and very cognizant of the fact that there are a certain number of risks as well as etc. There could be automation errors. There could be dissemination of false information. There is lack of context. So I think Vinod earlier was mentioning Chat GPT. Generative AI-based context lacks nuance understanding of human medical professional, which can lead to misleading. And this is where companies and of course, data breach, unauthorized access, etc. So this is where we as an organization, like Anervea, have implemented ethical data protection policies. We are increasingly training the data to remove biases, and as well as make, with regards to regulatory concerns, we are being more transparent with our regulatory aspects. So Anervea as an organization leads in that, and we are addressing that. However, yes, there is always a 10-15% of that risk evident, but as we adopt and as we evolve, I'm sure we will overcome these, and companies like ourselves will be happy to support pharmaceutical companies in overcoming those. What do you, Pratibha?
So we have dwelled into a lot of things in the past, 60 minutes. We have seen a lot of things, the opportunities, the challenges, how AI tools can help the marketing, space, and how COVID has helped us to push and how we are doing it. So now I would like to ask the panelists, like, where will AI make a big change in pharmaceutical marketing within the next 5 to 10 years? And also, if you can summarize in quick 3 pointers, like what are the things we have already spoken, if you can give us an overall view. And I would like to go with Mr. Rengarajan first on this, please.
See, like I was saying, the most of the time we spend to understand the customer. What is his actually behavior is all about, what is his interest is all about, what sort of a competitor he is actually having, what is the molecule is preference. So we have spent more time on that. Like Sujith was talking about why this that locality is not doing well. Is it because of his market potential is not there, or the patient inflow is not there, or patient service is not good? So what could be the reason? Which is actually we take more amount of time to understand our customer. If the customer profile is readily available for me, right? So that will actually help me a lot. It is not only from the company perspective, right? I'm actually talking now. This is actually company's perspective. Now I'm talking up from the doctor perspective. The doctor should know what molecule he has to write and which company he has to write, right? Where it is available. Now, if you might have also experienced sometime when I'm going to the doctor may be prescribing some product, but that product may not be available and any of the chemist. It will be available in one is actually so it should not happen. So the communication should be very clear. The availability when actually doctor should say this is available. At the same time, patient should actually know what are the follow-ups to do. I should not go to doctor every time. I could actually that some information should be available, when to connect the doctor, what is actually the follow-up, everything. So the AI technology should not be restricted only up to the only profit mindset. It has to be go beyond that. It's a company, the doctor, the patient, and the society. So I'm just thinking from that perspective. If you actually keep that in my mind, then the AI has a huge responsibility to do that. If I'm thinking about only my profit and my company and how I grow, then we are actually restricting in a very small mindset. So it has a huge way to go. Now, currently, I don't know tomorrow what it comes. So we are always welcome any technology if we have a proper mindset and we have a good intention. That's what from my side.
Yeah, thanks a lot for those pointers. Mr. Vinod, how do you think there will be a big change in the pharmaceutical marketing when it comes for AI in the next 5 to 10 years? Yeah.
I think AI have not only benefited pharmaceuticals, but mostly I think it have benefited more than industry. It benefited to the patient, to the customer, because with AI now our patient have become intelligent. Now more than 50% of their work is getting done by the information which they get from the all these AI tools and everything. So I think when it comes to pharmaceutical, it's an end-to-end value chain. Starts from patient, the marketing, a demand raised from the market, then it goes to like industry, then planning team plan, then R&D they do. So I think the best, I think as of now, the best benefit across the value chain in pharmaceutical, I think R&D have benefited more from this. So because they have the use of AI tools, the decision making, design of experiment, quickly they can do the research and bring the product to the market. And planning team, then also when it comes to the shop floor manufacturing, so manufacturing they can easily make a robust product, like the cost of product reduced by using the AI tools. So that way it helped marketing team to sales their product, to project, to understand the market, that how the trend is going, how the competitor cost is going down, from which vendor they are taking what thing. So I think earlier it was a long chain, long time taking, but now in a very short time we can get any information. So this is how we can benefited with AI tool. And these are the some of the benefits. And in next 5 to 10 years, I can say we need to move very quickly, and across the value chain we need to bring a balance. Not only marketing, in R&D, in manufacturing, in planning, every part we need to implement AI. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's true. And Mr. Sujith, what are your thoughts? Like, how do we see in next 5 to 10 years the changes in this space, please?
Sure. So next 5 to 10 years, I'll keep it very brief, will be a lot more data-driven decision making, where advanced analytics will, big data, etc., will enable pharmaceutical companies to identify trends, map customer behavior, create better effectiveness of marketing campaign. Highly hyper-personalized marketing campaigns, tailored messaging, machine learning algorithms will create targeted messages. Predictive modeling for forecasting, for managing market demands, improving adherence, etc., will become this thing. Compliance and regulation will also be programmed into the AI base. And of course, virtual engagements will increase. There will be much greater omni-channel customer experience, where seamless integration with information, engaging through multiple channels, etc., become important. Real world evidence-based real-time data. I mean, enable real-time analysis of, including from wearables, from hospital records, patient records, etc., will become important. And of course, there'll be a much more risk monitoring associated with looking at allowing immediate response to some of those challenges that are based on customer feedback and etc. So that is where I would summarize. And I would like to thank ET world and of course Vinod and Rengarajan for very insightful discussion today as well. Over to you, Pratibha.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Sujith. As Mr. Sujith said, we had a very fruitful discussion on this pertinent topic because AI is everywhere. I think we would implement more in the pharma space. There's a lot of implementation of AI tools, and we get benefited out of it. Not in the marketing, as Mr. Vinod said, in every aspect, R&D and manufacturing, every aspect. So, thanks to all the speakers who took out the time and shared their deep insights. Mr. Rengarajan, thanks a lot. Mr. Vinod, thanks a lot for joining, and even Mr. Sujith, thanks a lot for giving us detailed information, a lot of good information and thoughts coming up there. Thank you so much from ETL World. Thank you.
Thank you all. Have a lovely day.
Health World for giving this opportunity. Thanks, Pratibha and Rati.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.